This is a Chuki Beat production.
What's up, everybody? Shake and Vape 007 here from DIY Mixers crew. Today, I have a little special for you guys. I decided to bite the bullet and get the magnetic stir from Nitecore. It's the Nitecore NFF01. It's the magnetic stir in the hot plate. So I didn't actually open it yet. I'm kind of like PO'd a little bit because I ordered it from imrbatteries.com, and I got the 2-day air shipping from FedEx, and it kind of jacked me off on it. I guess FedEx doesn't deliver on Saturday, so it kind of sat at the airport for 2-3 days. So I kind of wanted to unveil it on Saturday when ID10T was on the show, but it's cool. So we kind of did like an off kind of wanted to unveil it on Saturday when I do like unveil it and to see what it's all about. I'm gonna do like a quick review on it, like an unboxing, see what it's all about. Like I said, I was on the fence for a long time with this magnetic stir. Before it even came out, there was a lot of hype in the DIY community about it, and you know, I didn't really want to jump on a bandwagon, but you know, I held out for a long time, and it got to the point where, you know, I was just getting tired of shaking. I know I'm called Shake and Vape 007, but I was getting tired of shaking my bottles constantly when I'm mixing recipes, doing flavor testing, this, that, and the other. And I figured, you know what the hell, I'm going to go buy it. I know it has kind of a pricey price tag on it. IMR actually sells it for $120. There are a few websites out there that sell it for a little cheaper. I think the cheapest that I did find it was, I think it was like $90 or $94. They do sell them on eBay, this, that, and the other, but they were out of stock. So I said, you know what the hell? I'm just going to go through the imrbatteries.com and pick it up there, test it out for you guys, see what I think about it. And if I think it's good, it's good. Like I said, I didn't really unbox it yet. Came FedEx today. I actually was on vacation last week. I got back to the daily grind today, which kind of sucked. But this was at my doorstep today when I came home. I didn't unbox it yet, so I just wanted to share it with you guys. We're going to go through it. We're going to unbox it, see what's inside. Going to try to do a little quick review on it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to test it out. I'm going to put it through its tests for about 30 days for you guys, and put it through its paces and see what it's actually all about, and then I will give a final review probably in about a month or so to see where it's at. So I'm going to unbox it for you guys. I was going to use my little letter opener here for you guys, but I got a good friend out in Aussie, out in OZ. His name is Luke, and he's a big fan of Crocodile Dundee. So I'm going to whip out the big guns. That's my letter opener / vape mail opener. This is for him. I know how he so much likes, you know, Crocodile Dundee. I'm just jacking him off. He's probably going to PM me tomorrow and jack me off because it's funny. He thinks people in Australia think Crocodile Dundee's not but bullshit, but whatever. So so I'm going to unbox this for you guys. I'm actually going to switch cameras. I'm just going to open the top flaps and show you guys real quick. Like I said, I didn't open it yet. It just came in the mail or FedEx today. I'm going to unbox it for you guys, and I'm going to switch cameras. Basically, what I'm going to do is I have a couple one-shot concentrates that I have. So I'm going to mix a one-shot up real quick, and then we're going to throw it on this machine. I'm going to try to go through the directions real quick to get a lowdown on what it's all about. And then we're going to throw it on the Nitecore liquid mixer. And for those of you that actually do use Nitecore, they actually do make excellent battery chargers. Actually, when I first started mixing, I opted to get a Nitecore. This was probably like 2 years ago. This is when I first, you know, got into vaping. I've been mixing for about 3 years, but when I first started vaping and buying equipment, this, that, and the other, I actually had a single battery charger when I first started, and then Nitecore came out with a 2 battery charger. And I picked this up, I want to say like 2-3 years ago from Nitecore. It's one of their older models. I don't even know if they still make it. But the reason why I wanted to show that is because I actually had a custom mod made from Polybox, and we opted to go with the 2700 batteries. They're high rated. They're a true 40 amp battery, and they're a 3000 mAh battery. iJoy makes them, and a lot of the new mods out seem to be going to that route. They're going to be using the iJoy 2700 batteries because it's true 2700 mAh. I'm sorry, a 2700 3000 mAh battery. A lot of commercial guys are starting to jump on the bandwagon on these batteries, but I can tell you what, they kind of kick ass. The only thing with these batteries, though, is my go-to charger that I use now, because I have a 4-bay. I actually have a 6-bay too, but I mainly just use my 4-bay charger. Is the eFest. It's a 4-bay battery charger. I use that mostly because I actually use a lot of mods that take 318-650s, so I needed a bigger battery pack for that. But the only thing is with the iJoy 2700 batteries is they are like super snug. I mean, I can't even, just holding up to the camera, it's so freaking hard for me to get them out of the iJoy battery charger. And that's one thing that I asked Paulie about when we did the interview with him a few weeks ago. Are the companies that actually make the battery chargers, are they going to, like redo them in order to fit these new batteries that us guys are going to be using out there in the vaping community? And he says, I really don't know. But funny thing is the Nitecore charger, they fit like super good. Like, you know what I mean? They just slide right in there. The 2700 batteries slide really good in the Nitecore charger. So for you guys that are actually using the 2700 batteries from iJoy or whatever company that you're using, they fit really good in the Nitecore charger. So I'm gonna throw a shout out to Nitecore for that. And the reason why I said that is because we did get their magnetic mixer in today, and we're gonna unbox that. So I'm gonna switch cameras for you guys. And we are going to get a little in-depth look of the Nitecore magnetic stir for you guys, and I'm going to give you my first impressions, my first thoughts on it. With the unboxing, it's going to be a little difficult because I got to kind of set up with my scale, because we're going to do a quick mix. Like I said, it's a one shot, so it's not going to take me long to do the one shot, and we'll see what this is all about. So you know what? Let me do this. Let me switch back. I might have to stand up a little bit because my camera's kind of really close to my scale and stuff like that. So we'll just stay here. Like I said, we got it in a box. It says Flavor Factory Series Liquid Mixer, and we're gonna take out the packing materials they have in there. And like I said, I got this at imrbatteries.com. They seem to be a pretty decent company. I kind of got pissed off about the shipping, and I actually emailed them about it. And I said, why am I paying the extra $30 for the shipping? When it took 5 days to get here. And they said, we really can't help the shipping company. So if you guys are going to get 2-day air, don't pick FedEx, because it's a bunch of bullshit if you order it on a Thursday. Well, I guess they threw in a little decal. I guess that came in. I don't know if you guys can see that. They threw a little decal in there, which, whatever, I'm probably not going to use. So we basically, this is an authentic Nitecore NFF01 liquid mixer, programmable magnetic liquid mixer. And I guess it comes with a heat-sensitive authenticator, I guess, that you can put your finger on to make sure it's authentic and stuff like that. So we're going to unbox this real quick. We'll see what comes inside. The thing about it, like I said, I was on a fence. I did watch a couple reviews on this thing. And Nitecore must have really got a good actor on this thing, I guess, because from what I watched from the videos, they said this thing was phenomenal. It does this, that, and the other. But we shall see. Unpacking it, comes in a little package like this. I don't want nothing to spill out of here. So we got the plug here. That's what we should. We got the plug. Okay, it looks like it comes with a couple stir bars in there. Looks like we got a pill-shaped. Looks like a pill-shaped stir bar, and like a football type, and then a longer one. And I'm assuming that it's their. I mean, I'm assuming that you could probably use this for like bigger batches. Let me take them out of the package. You could use it for bigger batches if you're doing like 250 mils or something like that. But from what I understand, this is the piece that you use to get the stir bars out of the mix, which is kind of small and shitty. I mean, you figure that they would probably make something bigger because you really can't fit this down into a 30 mil bottle or whatever like you're using to try to get the stir bars out of, especially if you're using like a Boston round or something like that. I really don't think that these stir bars are going to really, work in a plastic, 30 mil bottle. I mean, you could probably put these in a glass Boston, I would assume like a 30 mil bottle, but I don't think they're going to fit in a 30 mil plastic bottle. Okay, so it got some directions in here. Looks like a warranty card. Yeah, worldwide warranty service. We ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about the warranty. If it breaks, it breaks. So it got some spec sheets, got some directions. Okay, we're going to pull this bad boy out and see what that's all about. So just looking at it though, which is pretty cool, it kind of reminds me of like if you guys use the 501B scale, kind of reminds me of that, the size of it, you know what I mean? It's not that big. Let me pick up my scale to kind of give you a comparison on the size. So for you guys out there that use the scale, the 501, it's very, very close as far as size. Now the magnetic mixer looks like it might be just a little bit wider, but as far as size-wise, to give you guys an idea, because I'm sure a lot of you guys out there in the community use the 501 for mixing by weight. It's pretty much the same size. It might be a little bit taller in profile. It kind of gives you the specs on the website, which we could probably look up and find out. I don't know if we can throw that maybe up and see if we can do a split screen and maybe throw that up in there. If you go to, if we can go on imrbatteries.com, maybe we can throw that up there for you guys to check out. So basically the specifications on this thing, we ain't gonna worry about the input, the motor output. It does have a heating function, which is pretty cool. It goes up to, what's it say here? Heating temperature, 70 degrees Celsius max. Temperature control, digital. Control precision, it says that it's 5 Celsius to 10. Heat source, it's a ceramic panel. I ain't worried about that. This is like technical stuff. Okay, what's in the box? You got the Nitecore, NFF01, which, I talked about. Standard US power plug, 2 pieces, magnetic stirrers, and a scratch and check validation serial number, so it's authentic. I guess there's so many cloners out there, they got to put that on everything. So basically what we're going to do with this, guys, is we're going to give it a little test run. And like I said, I'm going to put this thing through its paces in the next couple weeks. And I'll give you my final thoughts on it. My only thing with it, I mean, it's a small piece of equipment. Granted, labs and stuff like that out there in the industry, like pharmaceuticals or whatever, chemists, they use these type of things, and they're upwards of a couple $100 to thousands of dollars for these things. And we'll see how Nitecore did this. And actually, this was actually made for DIY mixers. Nitecore actually took it upon themselves to go out there and make this for DIY mixers. So we're going to give it a go. I'm going to switch cameras for you guys. I'm going to put it right next to my scale. And then I'm going to switch cameras. We're going to do a one shot for you guys. And then we're going to throw some of the magnetic stirrers, the stirrers in there, and we're going to see how they perform. So I'm going to try to like focus everything up for you guys. Let me get the plug out, plug it in. Like I said, I didn't open this thing yet, so you guys are seeing what I'm seeing for the first time. So I don't know. I mean, it might not even work. So if it don't work, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like I said, I just opened the box. You know, I might have got a dud, and it might not even freaking turn on. So I'm going to plug this thing into my power cell here, and then we're going to plug it in for you guys, and we're going to see what it's all about. All right, here we go. We got this thing plugged in. Now, the only thing I could say is I'm kind of spoiled with my my scale. It runs on batteries. So when I do live mixing on DMC live every Sunday at 4:30 Eastern, you know what I mean? I don't have to have any cords in the way when I'm mixing. So I don't even know how to turn this thing on yet. Okay, I guess I should read the directions. You know, let's look at the directions real quick. I'm going to switch cameras again now that I got that set up. All right, we'll look at the directions real quick. All right, that's Chinese. I don't read Chinese. Let me go back here. It just goes through the features, accessories, operating instructions, blah blah blah. We don't need them. You know, whatever. We'll figure it out. All right, let's go back to the camera. We'll mix something up. Well, if I fuck up, whatever. Just throw it in the chat that I'm dumb, and we'll go from there. I don't know if you guys, it's kind of on. I don't know if it's the lighting that I got down there. I could try to adjust the lighting a little bit. Maybe you guys can see it. Maybe if I turn my lighting off. Yeah, is that a little better for you guys? You can see it a little bit. Lighting a little bit better on it. It's kind of cool though. It has kind of like a greenish, like greenish blue. I mean, it's pretty kick-ass, like the display it has on it. You know, I guess it has a timer. So I'm assuming that it has like, I mean, I've watched some reviews on it. So, you know, from what I watched from the reviews, it has settings. I kind of picked up the directions. I know I kind of threw them down, but I don't want to know. I want to know what I'm kind of doing a little bit here. But it has a setting. I guess it's a set 1 working period, set 2, set 3. So I'm assuming that it has some sort of pre-programmed settings that you can put on this thing, which I don't really understand why that they would have presets that would come on periodically. Me personally, I really wouldn't run this thing when I'm not around. That kind of doesn't make any sense, but whatever. I guess some people might do that, but me personally, I'm not going to have a hot plate running with magnetic stirrer going when I'm not around. So we'll dig into it a little bit. Let's first off, I'm going to go grab a 120 ml bottle. I'm going to mix up some custard, and then we'll throw the magnetic stirrer in there. We'll see how it does. We'll see how it performs. You know, it's funny. I was looking for my lids, guys. You know, this is funny. I was looking for my caps for my bottle. You know, I was looking for my caps. And I'm thinking, you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't need a cap. Because you put the cap on to shake it, but I'm not going to need a cap because I'm going to put it right on the magnetic stirrer. Now, I'm not going to use heat. And the reason why I'm not going to be using heat for you guys today is because with the hot plate, I'm not going to use the hot plate function or anything like that because it is a plastic bottle. And I don't want to, because it gets up to 100, it'll end up melting. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to use that for you guys today. I just want to make sure my scale is calibrated, which I'm sure it is. Because I actually calibrated it yesterday when I did live mixing, but it might be off a little bit. So if it is, yeah, it's dead nuts. We're at 200 grams with one of those. Let me turn off the light so you guys can see. But we're at 200 grams, so my scale is still calibrated. I know a lot of people don't calibrate their scales every time they mix, but I'm kind of phobic about it. So I kind of calibrate my scale every time that I mix. So real quick, I don't know if we can pull up my one shot. You probably can't, so that's fine. It's not a big deal. I just got to go on all the flavors right now. Basically, what it is I know for a fact, because I know that I mix it constantly. I'm going to be mixing my Sweet Mother of Custard. I make one shots of it because it's kind of like my all day vape. So I make a one shot because it has so many flavors in it. I really don't feel like pissing around and putting like 10 different flavors in the recipes. And like when I'm mixing, so I just make a one shot of it, 120 at a time. And it makes it just easier for me to mix in it. I just kind of spool for ATF to find it. I think it's actually 13.8. It's not public, so I mean it's just a one shot. So yeah, so it's like 13.8 mils, or I'm sorry, grams of concentrate with the one shot. Sorry, it's loading up here, guys. I just got to type in 120 mils, and then we'll go from there. It's taking forever. I don't know why. My internet's running really slow today. Really? Sorry, guys. Okay, there you go. So it's 13.8 grams of my one shot. Okay, so one shot here. Like I said, I make 120 mils at a time. You know, so we're gonna put 13.8 grams in there. Shake it up a little bit, make sure everything gets mixed up. And I'm not wasting this, so I mean I vape this stuff constantly. So, you know, it's not a big deal. I'll end up vaping it. I just want to see how this magnetic stir mixes up. Take a lot here. Hopefully I have enough. 1, 2. No wonder. Hold on, guys. I was on the wrong setting on the scale. It's because I don't got my light on. Let's get another bottle. Make sure I'm on grams here. Just take this and spill it here. Let's see. There you go. That's a little bit better. I was getting nervous there. What the hell was going on? I thought there was something wrong with my scale. Sorry if you guys can hear me. I'll pull my mic a little bit closer. That was pretty much dead nuts on almost. Pull that mic a little closer for you guys. Hopefully you can hear me a little better. You guys hear me a little better now? Okay. So we get 13.8. 13.4. 6, 7. Drops. Okay, let's turn that. Nicotine, I vape 3 milligrams, so for 120 mil batch, I'm going to use 3.72 grams of nic. I use 100 milligrams. Now, I actually switched. I used to do 100% vegetable glycerin, and I switched to propylene glycol. You know, I feel it's a little bit easier to work with. It's not as thick. You can shake it up to get that. I mean, I'm not saying like, you know, they say that, oh, you might get hot spots if it's not, you know, mixed right at the factory. So I just get the propylene glycol. That way I know if I shake the shit out of it, I'm going to get the true, you know, 100 milligrams. But also I order from Liquid Barn, and they use Nic Select also, like Nicotine River. And their nicks usually pretty dead nuts on. You can also go out and get a nicotine test kit, which I really never did. But you know, if you guys like really want to test it, you can go get nicotine test kits out there to test your nicotine to make sure it's right. 3.72 nicotine. I don't got gloves on. For you new mixers out there, make sure you wear gloves when you're using 100 milligram nicotine. It only takes a second You get that stuff on your skin and it won't be good. You know, you don't want to get nicotine sickness and end up going to the hospital. That's not a good thing. I know I should have gloves on right now, but I'm kind of thinking, I'm kind of excited about the Nitecore mixer or, you know, the magnetic strip. All right, little high. I mean, like, honestly, 3.77, that's not going to kill you. If you actually do the math, it's really not going to put it up over 3 milligrams of nicotine. Propylene glycol, we got 1305. Let me get that out there. Let's run real quick. I'm going to try to hurry up for you guys. I don't want to keep you guys all night. 1305. Yeah, that's pretty dead nuts. 1303, that'll work. Okay, let's fill this bastard all the way up. See how it does. I'm excited to use this. Never used it. We'll see what happens. 1351. Oh, that's right. Guess I should have got out the gallon for this, but kind of moved my camera angles a little bit, but try to fit everything in here. Let me grab a paper towel. Clean that up a little bit. Out of the way, and we will make the magnetic mixer center stage right here. Okay, like, you know, it's funny. You know what's funny, guys? I'm so used to mixing and putting a cap on stuff. I was literally about 2 seconds away from putting the cap on and shaking it because I just got this thing and I'm like, okay, I got to shake this up. But now that I got this, I don't have to sit there and shake it for a half hour. Get everything blended. And like I said, it from what the directions say, I guess you can put it on like timed intervals. You have 3 different settings on this thing. And you can, like, I guess, pre-program it for, you know, different settings and stuff like that. What do we got here? I'm sorry, guys. Don't worry. I worked laws one time. Friction 2020. He was texting me on Discord. Shout out to Friction for that. Yeah, dude, I hear you, bro. You know. So let me get out the I don't know which one I'm going to use. I'm actually going to go for the pill one. The one that doesn't look like the football, but the pill one I'm going to go for. I'm going to kind of throw that one in there. We'll see what that does. My camera angle kind of sucks. You're probably not going to see too much action. Maybe I can, like, move it up a little bit, you know. But I'll get better video of it. So we're just going to drop the pill in, and we're going to see what this thing does here. Like I said, I'm not going to use the heating function in it. Let me get the directions again, see what it says. So I'm assuming just by reading it quickly, I think it says you got to press and hold the button here, this one here, get it started. Okay, it's already showing 1200 RPMs, revolutions per minute. I guess you can adjust it by holding in the first key on the top, it said. Just by reading it real quick. If you hold it in, that stops it. Okay. Start it back up. Okay. Hold this on. There it goes. It's spinning. It's kind of hard for you guys to see it. Let me try to adjust my light a little bit. Maybe. No, that's not working too good. Adjust my light over here. Maybe try to hold it up to the camera. I don't think it's really going to do anything. I don't know if you guys can see that live, but it is actually, you can see that it is actually mixing it pretty decent. Maybe try to lift it up, see what it does if I lift it up. Lift it up. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's kind of lifting up the magnet, or I'm sorry, the stir bar. It's kind of lifting it up a little bit and putting it in the center of the mix, and it's mixing the juice. I can see the juice vibrating up top too. So, which is pretty cool. You know, I honestly think that, I mean, it's not, I mean, I got it turned all the way up, I guess, because it says the max is 1200 RPMs per minute, revolutions per minute. I honestly think that you really don't want it super fast, because if you're going to sit there and beat the shit out of your juice at the molecular level, it's going to just tear everything apart, and it's not going to, you know what I mean? It's a slow enough mix to where, you know, it's going to mix everything up gradually and give you a better mix. So as of right now, you know, my first thoughts on this, is it worth $120? Maybe not. If you would compare it to, say, lab equipment that you would buy for like a chemist or something like that in a clean room setting or something like that, yeah, because those can be upwards of, you know, a couple $1,000, you know, for those high-end magnetic mixers. But for $120, getting a solid piece of equipment, I would say, yeah. I mean, it's a little bit on the high end. I think if it was under $100, I think that would be more enticing, and I think a lot of mixers out in the community would have went for it if it was a little bit under that price. Does it do what it says it does? Absolutely. Time will tell. Like I said, I'm going to put it through its paces in the next 30 days to see how it performs. But as of right now, it seems like it's mixing. But I'm getting it. It doesn't seem like it's going to the top yet. But that could be. You have to take into consideration. I vape on a higher side of the VG. I vape 75-25 on all my recipes. And even if I mix somebody's recipe, I always make it at a 75-25. So, you know, the videos that you see out there that Nitecore is putting out, that, you know, it's cycloning the liquid, you know, this, that, and the other. It doesn't seem to be doing that. And I think that the reason being is they're not actually using vegetable glycerin in the video that they're doing, that they're portraying, that they're putting out online. You know, they're probably using like a water with like a food coloring or a dye or something like that to kind of sell the product, to kind of hype the product up. Oh, it's really spinning this, it's cycloning, it's tornadoing this e-juice in the mixing, you know. But as far as what it's supposed to do, I think it is. You probably have to keep it on there. I would probably say a good 15, maybe 20 minutes, you know, in order for you to really get a good, you know, mix. I could see this being used for people that have like arthritis, or people that have like disabilities where they can't use their arms to be sitting there continuously shaking their mixes. You know, people that have those disabilities, I think that this would be a good buy for them, because it would actually help them into you know, mixing up their e-juice. From a standpoint for me, I would say yes. I would probably purchase it again, being that, you know, there are some, I didn't really test it at 500 mils yet, but I do make some batches to 500 to 800 mils. And I do find it a pain in the ass to sit there and constantly shake my juice vigorously. But for $120 price tag, if you can afford it, yeah. But if it's not in your budget, you know what I mean, you could just sit there and shake it, and it'll probably give you the same results. Now, they claim that it speeds up the steeping process. when you add the heating element to it. That's always a controversy in the vaping community, whether or not heating actually speeds up the steeping process. But, you know, time will tell. I will, like I said, put it through the paces. And we'll see how that goes. I'm going to let that continuously mix. I'm going to move my mic over for you guys. There was a couple things I want to talk about before I leave today. Sorry for the sporadic video, but like I said, man, I just unboxed this things for you guys. I just got it in the mail. I didn't even get a chance to read the directions. You know, I just kind of like threw a mix on, you know, this, that, and the other. Let me change cameras here for you guys, get back on screen. There was a couple things I wanted to talk about, though, for you guys. Real quick, you know, shout out to a couple guys out there in the community. I really want to thank ID10T for coming on the show yesterday. That was really nice of him to stop out for us. But also Digital Graham. I talked to him later today. There's actually going to be a new radio show out there for you guys in the DIY community. I'm trying to find out the website, or not the website, I'm sorry, the lowdown on it. He actually messaged me today. It's actually going to be Skittles, I think, Shindo, a couple other of those guys. If you can help me out, maybe I can see if I can find it here. I'm just scrolling through my messages for you guys. I apologize. Give me a minute here. But anyhow, they're going to be doing a new radio show. It's actually going to be coming right after Noted, as far as I can remember. Oh, there you go. I got a message here. Thanks, Graham. Appreciate it, buddy. It's kind of hard to multitask constantly. It's going to be Thursday night after In the Mix. And I'm still waiting. Hold on. Thursday night after In the Mix. I thought you said it was going to be after Noted, Graham. Hold on. I'm scrolling up here. Sorry, guys, for the dead air. I'm waiting to get some information here. I had so many messages on Discord. Okay, here we go. It's going to be on Thursday night after In the Mix. It's going to be Skittles, Shindo, Concrete River, and my man Graham Digital Drops. Nice. I guess they're going to be doing a radio show for you guys. They're going to be talking about a bunch of shit. You know how Skittle is, Shindo, awesome mixer, Concrete River, who can ask for more? And my man Graham Digital Drops is going to be, this is going to be awesome. I can't wait to tune into this shit. So for you guys out there in the community, man, make sure you tune into that stuff. You know, it's going to be coming, like he said, it's going to be on Thursday nights after In the Mix podcast. So it's going to be called the Stopgap Show, the Stopgap Radio Show. So really check this out, guys. You know, it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm so excited. I can't really wait to check this out. I really enjoy Skittles. I really enjoy Shindo. You know, I mean, that dude is like phenomenal as the mixer. Concrete River. I mean, come on, guys. You got to, you know, check this out. Real quick before I leave, I want to get a shout out to everybody in the DoD community. Wayne's awesome. I seen on his Facebook page today, he was saying something about Pickle Rick. I can't wait to see his thoughts on that. I really enjoyed that recipe. You know, it was, if you like a pickle, you know, get on ATF and mix up that recipe. But, you know, that's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, you know, about 30 days, I'm going to put this thing through its trials. And we'll see how it holds up in the next couple months. I didn't throw no heat at it today, but I'm really going to put it through its paces, and I will give you my final thoughts in about 30 days. Also, I know me and Folk Art, we purchased the, if you guys get into labels and stuff like that, we purchased a couple of the Dynamo label writer 450 turbos. You know, we've been putting that thing through its paces too. I'm really enjoying that thing so far. So, you know, we're going to try to do this a little bit more for you guys. We're going to, you know, try to throw out a little bit, you know, videos that are, you know, not just Sundays, but, you know, here and there during the week. We're going to try to do some more beginner stuff for you guys, and hopefully, you know, to you know, entice new mixers and stuff like that to our following. Make sure you guys check us out on Facebook. Make sure you guys check us out on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Other than that, man, I'm out, guys, man. Peace.
This is a Chuki Beat production.